Yes, indeed. And we are starting with something that I feel like is going to bring the heat because we are talking about what everyone is talking about, which is the U.S. presidential debate. Last night it happened with U.S. President Donald Trump and Democratic nominee Joe Biden. They faced off in their final debate last night. It was their really last chance to appeal to American voters who are heading to the polls in just 11 days. So, what did you think of the debate?
I know we don't love Trump. We don't like Trump personality-wise, I think, for the most part. But I think I have to give him credit for handling having a really strong debate. And I think it's so important for us to be able to hold our leaders accountable and ask them to do better when they didn't do better. He brought up some really good points about Biden being, as the vice president for 8 years and really not actually doing a lot of the things that he's saying. I think Biden has just been appealing a lot to whatever's popular for people, but Trump has been pretty clear about what his boundaries are. And then when Biden brought up that point about transitioning out of oil, I think that, Democrats have done not so great of a job of appealing to middle America. They're really talking to New York and California, and for everyone in the middle of the country, which is really the bulk of the US, I feel like they're not talking to them in ways that really resonate. And as president, you really have to speak to everyone. I voted. I'm a US permanent resident. My daughter's a dual citizen. So I think this is definitely the time where we all need to make sure our voices are heard.
Well, my boyfriend's American, and I was like, could we get married so I could cast some sort of vote? Okay, I need me some voting privileges. I thought it was boring. I drank a whole bottle of wine. I ate a whole bag of ketchup chips. I feel like they were sent to the principal's office.
Too, Julie.
And I wanted them to hit the button and mute. Trump was not even like being Trump. He was being like boring Trump. And I was like, did I stay up and ruin my beauty rest for this foolery? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the last hurrah, and I think they played it safe. I thought it was pretty safe. I was like, yo, now I got to do double cardio. Thanks.
Well, we have a comment from M on Twitter. M says, confused. How is the leader of a country this inept? How are there still undecided voters? One man talks about uniting a country. The other told a Black woman to her face that he was the least racist person in the room. Do better, America. Vote like your life depends on it. Thanks for that, M. The Black woman you're referring to is moderator Kristen Welker, and I thought of all the moderators during these debates, she did the best job. She definitely was the highlight for me. That is not easy to deal with these two combative individuals, in particular, a president who's quite combative, who always has to have the last word, and whose last words and many words are often proven and verified to be lies. I think that she kept control where she could and directed the conversation to a variety of different topics. So shout out to her. But M raises an interesting point at that one point where Trump, basically said that he was the person who did the most for Black people other than maybe Abraham Lincoln. And then, of course, Biden afterwards sarcastically referred to him as Abraham Lincoln. And that ended up being like a viral moment because Trump didn't really get the sarcasm. It was in many ways, as usual with these debates, they end up being like a sketch on Saturday Night Live because you can't believe what someone just said and how weird it all is. So it was at times comedy hour.
Yeah. Could you imagine though?
I mean,
Black woman
Julie, you and I had
mute on that guy. Sorry, Cynthia. I was like, can you imagine
there wasn't enough use of. Yeah, I agree. Julie, you and I had the same night last night. I was eating my feelings and drinking my feelings because I truly hope this is the last time I ever witnessed Trump debate because I find it extraordinarily stressful. I find listening to him and the contradictions and the lies really, really frustrating. So as I will say, that statement of him saying, I'm the least racist person, like it did go viral because he, of course, has a tremendous, and I use that word intentionally, history of doing and saying racist things. And has no one ever told him by him saying that he is the least racist person in the room, he's still saying he's a racist.
My neighbors are Black. My babysitter's Black. You know, this person's black, that person, but what about the kids that were separated from their parents? He's just like, what about the bunkers or whatever he was talking about?
Oh, it was a comfortable room.
Comfortable room. Really?
Right?
Really? Do we have like an Endy mattress in there? Like, what do we have in that room? Like, come on, Trump. Come on. It's just ridiculous. I'm excited for November. I'm a Scorpio. It's in my month, honey. Let's get this popping.
Yes.
Let's get this done. Right?